on here. I'm annoyed as fuck though. Swear to God. It's just like fuck. I'm 21 days in and I'm just so fucking full of anger. Like I just a lot of shit's coming out. It's more than just detoxing your body. It's detoxing your mind. It's just making me think about how much people I really want to say I fucking hate. I don't know if they that important to me to say I fucking hate them, but I only know one person I fucking hate. As of this day, to this day. Yeah, today was the most annoying ass fucking day. Did all my workout. I didn't come down that much, but I came down a little bit. I was happy about that. I did a lot of my workout today, and I realized I needed some iron, so I took some iron, and now I'm just like, I don't know if I'm not smoking enough or what, but I am not in a good mood at all. I don't even want to be up right now. I want to go to fucking sleep. I was gonna watch the videos, change my mind about that because the way this computer screen is acting right now pissing me the fuck off. Everything's just pissing me the fuck off. I can't stop thinking about people that piss me the fuck off. And then what makes it even more angering, I think my weight is 127.4, makes me even more fucking mad is that it's like I'm doing all this fucking work and I'm still not where I want to be at. But when I finally get there, I feel like I'm not gonna have a filter. I'm not gonna have a filter at all. So people that's gonna piss me off in life are really not gonna like me that way, and I'm not gonna be able to control it. I don't think I want to control it at this point because when people need to know the truth, they just need to know the truth. You know, it's not like I'm going to be saying things that's intentionally harmful, but I just know me. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling motherfuckers in weakness. I'm not feeling weakness. If I can make it through this shit and not die, because I was really going through some shit today, I'm really going to have zero tolerance for people and they stupid weakness. You know, I'm not going to have it. Don't come to me with that shit because I'm not going to have it. I'm going to give you the truth and you're going to take it, you're going to swallow it, and you're going to get on my face with that shit. That's how I feel about it. I'm gonna just keep it real with everybody. Not that I don't keep it real now, but sometimes I just like to keep my mouth closed just to be nice. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to control that shit because I'm gonna be too angry about shit that's been coming up and the way shit went down in life and the way people be acting today. You know, I just got a problem. Just have a real serious problem. I don't think weed is gonna be able to save me. I'm gonna have to be super blowed. I'm gonna have to be super blowed to keep my mouth shut. I'm gonna have to be so blowed that I can't even talk right. I'm just like, man, this is a good thing and a bad thing. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm like, I'm so far away. I want to quit. I really want to quit because I was getting a little bored. But now I'm like, I'm just getting a lot of tired. And then I'm like, all right, if I talk myself out of quitting, then I'm still going to be fucking pissed. How is that going to change my attitude? It's not going to change my attitude. 2 weeks, 5 days, 1 hour, 26 minutes account. It's not going to change my attitude. I'm just going to be fucking mad because shit's coming up from out of the motherfucking past that I don't be thinking about, that I be forgetting about, and I have to get that shit out because if I don't, I'm going to stuff it back down with food. And I'm not doing that for no fucking body. So I just got to stay away from people because everything that goes wrong pisses me off like instantly. I just got a temper. It's just so fucking high right now. I don't know if I'm not smoking enough weed or what. I don't think I'm smoking enough weed because I just went to get some more weed today. But then I was watching this video by Dr. Berg and he was saying I don't have enough iron. Maybe I should just put that on. Maybe that'll calm me down right now. I'm just like irritated by every goddamn thing right now. I'm just like, fuck everybody, fuck everything, fuck this shit. You know, my fucking head was hurting just a little bit. I had some water, had some Gatorade, I had some pickle juice today during that workout. And the noise, I'm so sensitive to everything. The noise was so much. The traffic was so much noise. I couldn't hear my heart beating. And I was like, I have to close my eyes just so I'm not so sensitized by all the bright light, all the fucking noise. And I can't barely fucking breathe and I can't hear my heartbeat. And I don't really know how much I should take so before it slow down. And I'm like, I didn't really even do that much. What the fuck is the problem? So it turns out it might be the iron. So I'm taking iron every day I'm taking these B vitamins every day so my heart don't be acting stupid trippy because that's what's the problem being lately. My heart's acting trippy. I'm like, what the fuck is the problem? I took all the minerals, I took all the potassium, I took all the sodium. What the fuck is the problem? So I kept looking it up. They said maybe it's iron. All right, I'm gonna put the iron in there, and they said maybe it's vitamin B too. I'm like, wow, that's fucking crazy. I put the vitamin B and the iron in there. I may as well eat a whole fucking meal. The shit is pissing me the fuck off. So fucking irritated. And it's like I can't go back because that's really gonna throw me into a spin. Oh my god, I'm gonna. I can't even stomach thinking about going back at this point. I just cannot. I just cannot, and I will not. And it's scary to think that I could be damaging my body by doing this shit, but that's why I keep trying to see what else I gotta do right. And if I break it right, and if I don't break it right, and I feel like I can't go back to eating anyway right now because I already know the way I feel about this pickle juice. I want to drink it all up because it's making me feel some kind of way. And I'm like, no, I can't do that to food. No fucking way. And I was watching this other video, and I got to putting two and two together. Like, we really don't need meat. That's probably selfish of us to eat meat because we don't need to kill another animal so that we can get nutrients from it because we can get it from plants, and that's really selfish for people to do that. But hey, whatever, people gonna do what the fuck they want to do. I ain't doing it. And then on top of that, if you really want to get super strict, you don't need the fucking plants. If you can go to a hospital and they just give you a whole bunch of liquid vitamins and you can live. That's what I'm doing right now. Basically, is just taking their notes off of what they be telling, what the doctors be telling the other doctors to do with their patients. Trying to keep my ass alive without food because I'm not trying to go back. It's too much. It's too much being unpacked, and I'm not putting it back. I'm not putting it back. And if I end up not having a filter and people want to ask me something and they are one of those people that I've unpacked all of my business with during this fast and I snap on their motherfucking ass and tell them what I really fucking feel, hey, oh, fucking well, I guess. That's all I can say right now because shit, I don't give a fuck. I give a fuck because I'm nice. I like being nice, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to control that shit because I'm too hype. I'm too hype. When I'm hyper like this, I know I be no filter. No filter. And I think a lot of hyper people don't have a filter. I really do. I think that's why you see a lot of chicks talking and running their mouth and saying shit they don't need to be saying to people when they talking and shit. Because they they need to just slow the fuck down. Chill out. Get some weed, meditate, something. And I just been smoking pens and that shit is not chilling me out. The, the sugar was chilling me out. I had to take it for a couple days. It was helping me come down. Yesterday I don't think I took it or I did. I don't remember. I don't know. That's my worst. That's like my second worst fear. My first worst fear is not making it out of this fast correctly. No, not making it into this fast period. That's my first worst fear about this. My second worst fear is breaking it wrong and then fucking everything up. Like I didn't do enough studying to figure out how to break it right and what to eat after this so that I don't have refeeding syndrome. I had to look that up. Like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? So then my other fear is just I don't even remember. I'm just that all over the place right now. I think I'm not gonna be able to control myself. Cause I remember the last time I was like, all my life I was on a high horse. That shit was not cute to me. But some people like me, bitches. For real. Some people don't even give a fuck. Long as you look good, you can get money. Like they don't care if you mean, but I care. So clean Tasha, clean body Tasha. I don't know how to. I don't know how to control that without food. That's what I don't know how to do. Food used to make me lazy and sedate me and have me feeling like, okay, I'll be I'll be submissive. Life. I'll sit on my fucking ass and do this life thing. Stay in one spot and do this fucking life thing, the responsible life thing. Not the fun I'm really finna go get up and get this money thing in every kind of way I could think of, but sitting on my ass. You know? Just sit around. How am I gonna sit around if I don't want to fucking sit around? Well, food, of course, of course. Whole bunch of food make you so full and tired and lazy and lethargic, can't do shit but sit around and type. That's not the life for me. It's just not. I mean, partially, yes. Permanently, no. I want to be in control of my body when I tell it to relax, when I tell it to work out. Not me just forcing it, not forcing it. I don't like forcing myself to do shit. Forcing myself to be nice is something that I do all the time too, though, because sometimes I just be wanting to just be like, let me tell you what it really is, you know? And then sometimes I do that and people don't even care. And I just be like, see, now I'm just wasting my breath. But I kind of already do that before I open my mouth. And that just makes me mad too, because then it's like keeping it real still don't even fucking help sometimes. People just be like, and I'm gonna just be in fucking denial. And that just drives me crazy. Like, why do people want to be fucking dumb? And it's like, that's why I could never be a nurse. I see what they go through. It's too much. You would have to pay me. But try to do it for free. It seems a little better because then you're not permanently tied to it. You could just abandon mission when you feel like it. But I'm not abandoning me. I'm not everybody else. I like to take I like learning. I like to take in information. You know, I like advice, all that stuff. So I guess oh fucking well for everybody else's feelings when I ain't got no filter because I can handle it. I can handle it. I can handle constructive criticism. I can totally fucking handle it. Everybody else, not so much. Some people can handle it, and those be the people that I really kick it with the most. The people that can handle it, and I can tell they can handle it because the way they carry themselves and the way they talk, they speak to me. You know, it's just I don't hear that shakiness in their voice, and I don't get that scary ass vibes. And I just be like, I can't be around people like that because I feel like I'm around a child, and I don't have the time to babysit adults. I don't have the patience for that shit. I just do not. Sober or not, I ain't got the patience to babysit adults. I'm just not even the one. Kids, yes, but adults never. They have passed the point of no return. Well, now what? My head's starting to hurt a little. I don't know what to do. I want to go to sleep. Tomorrow is going to be day 22 in a couple days. I beat my record at least. My record was 21 days. And I'm glad I took that iron because I got to get my period. And then that's going to make me even more iron deficient. I feel like I'm anemic according to what YouTube doctors was saying anemic is and the symptoms. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I got about half of those. It's 85 degrees in my room and I'm freezing. I don't know. I don't know about that. So I took the iron. You can take that on an empty stomach or order some chlorophyll. It's supposed to be good on an empty stomach. And I'm just like, all these fucking supplements I'm taking. If I have to take this shit every day, I can't take the chlorophyll. I don't think I can. It's got oil in it though. I'm just like, this is too much. I could just fucking eat for all this. But then I'm like, no, I can't fucking eat because I wouldn't be here doing this shit if I could. Right? I just want to go to sleep. I really do. I think I'm gonna play a video Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm gonna play this video from Dr. Berg just to take the heat off of me a little bit right now because I'm really pissed and I don't like it. And but just to keep it real, 100 and raw, like I like to do, I'm showing this shit. Showing it. I showed up the last minute. I didn't feel like it. I put it off too long. That's another thing. If I do it earlier in the day when I'm rested and I don't know what else is going on with me, I guess I'm feeling good. Things I'm feeling good. But when I wait too late after it get dark, I just be like, fuck this. Why do I have to post this? Because I said I was gonna post it. Is it for me or is it for what is it for? I'm so I just be like, I hate quitting shit though. I hate quitting shit, so I'm gonna just do this shit. And then all the videos I watched today just kept pointing back to fasting, 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 fasting. I'm like, oh, come on, I'm done. I'm not going back to eating. I don't want to do this no fuck at work. Everything they said was talking about fasting. Oh, and then the computer screen acting crazy. It's like covering up stuff. I'm just like everything pissing me off. The sun pissing me off. The what else pissed me off? The noise, traffic is pissing me off. Not even being in traffic, just the cars themselves, the noise they make. And then also Dr. Berg said that that's a symptom of having low iron, being irritated. So maybe and and it just kept he just kept saying fast for this, fast for that, fast for all those things you're going through right now, Tasha. Don't quit fasting is basically what he said. I'm like, what? Because I really want to though. That's what I want to do. All this shit that I'm going through. Let's flash this video.
People on this planet are deficient in iron. I was actually pretty surprised to hear that. So today we're going to talk about iron deficiency anemia. So here are the symptoms: fatigue, pale, like you're losing color, brittle nails, you get those little grooves in your nails, hair loss, thinning of the hair, twitching, feeling irritation, pica, you crave dirt or clay. Number 9, you have the urge to consume ice or chew on ice. And number 10, restless leg syndrome. Now, there's actually more, but these are the main ones. Now, the question is, what is causing this? Well, excessive menstruation, okay? Excessive bleeding. And by the way, if you're female and your cycles are very heavy, that means you have estrogen dominance. I'm going to put a link down below for you to watch later, but there's some things that you can do to reverse that problem. Number 2, ulcers. It could be an ulcer in the stomach or even the small intestine that you don't even know about. Number 3, hemorrhoids. I have a very good video on this. You want to support your liver. There's a really good remedy. I also have a remedy on this as well. I'm going to put the link down below. It's involving taking zinc. Number 4, colon cancer could potentially cause anemia. Number 5, dietary. You're a vegan and you're only consuming beans and grains and plants. Those food have what's called non-heme iron, and you only absorb a very, very small amount. It's like 1.4% of the iron. So you'd have to consume a tremendous amount of plants to get your iron. The problem is a lot of the plants and grains have certain things like oxalates or phytates that block iron. The best source of bioavailable iron is called heme iron. It is from seafood, red meat,
I'm
poultry,
good.
eggs, and even insects have a high level of heme iron, just in case that you may get that urge, late at night if you want a snack, and I'm being very sarcastic. All right, number 6, certain antibiotics can deplete you of iron. Number 7, low stomach acid. A lot of people have this. They don't even know it. As you age, you lose the stomach acid, and now you cannot absorb certain minerals, especially iron and even calcium. Number 8, malabsorption. If you have some type of problem in your colon, or you're missing a gallbladder, or you had surgery as in gastric bypass, that can leave you with a hard time absorbing iron. And number 9, and this is fascinating, I'm going to create a separate video just on this, but inflammation can deplete your iron. How? Well, both good bacteria and bad bacteria, as in pathogens, need iron to grow. And what happens within your immune system, your body, as well as your good bacteria, tend to lock up or bind iron during an infection, during a fever, and during inflammation. So what happens as a survival mechanism, your body prevents the pathogens from getting a hold of the free iron. And that is one strategy to help limit their growth. Now, what's supposed to happen is after the infection, the inflammation goes away. But what happens if you have chronic inflammation? Because you have some type of autoimmune condition, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, or whatever. That is going to end up depriving your whole body of a lot of trace minerals, iron being a very specific one. And so the more chronic the inflammation, the more anemic you could be. Now, you might say, well, I'll just go ahead and solve this problem by taking more iron, right? Well, you're going to actually feed the pathogens, and then they can actually grow and you'll create an imbalance. So how do you solve that? What you do
I'm like, this
is
is
you get
crazy.
rid of the actual source of the inflammation. There's a couple things that I would recommend. I'm going to put the videos down below, but number 1, fasting. Periodic prolonged fasting is essential, and a lot of vitamin D. Both of those can help reduce the inflammation without adding in the iron for the pathogens. So now you know the symptoms and what causes anemia. And if you haven't seen my video on chronic inflammation and anemia, I'm going to put it up right here. Check it out.
Then there was this other one that I watched. He was talking about chlorophyll. I think this is the one. And I'm
Say
like,
goodbye to multiple
no,
daily insulin injections.
this one.
Whatever happens
And I'm
next,
like,
it's not going to go down.
Hello, health champions. Today I want to talk about the top 10 signs of iron deficiency. But more importantly, while that is a huge problem with iron deficiency, it is almost as important to understand if you have too much iron. So we don't want to jump to conclusions.
okay, so yeah, at the end of this, he said something about chlorophyll. And I'm like, what is chlorophyll for? I looked up chlorophyll and it says something about making your red blood cells count better and all that stuff, and that with iron and mixing all of this together. I'm just like, oh my God, this is too much, but I got some chlorophyll on the way. And I'm just like, all right, hopefully this should have worked because chlorophyll. But I'm like, damn, I got chlorophyll with oil on the way. I got pickle juice. I got yeast, beet vitamins. I got minerals in the form of powder, Gatorade, and water. I'm really eating a meal right here now. I'm eating a meal, and this is a liquid meal. And I'm like, how am I going to lose weight like this? How? Because I need the iron so that I can stay awake and I don't be having heart palpitations. That's another thing they were saying. He might say it in this video. Let's just watch. Let's let them explain it because I'm not a medical doctor and I don't want nobody thinking I'm telling them what to do. I'm just saying, showing you what I be listening to. So if you take this advice, cool. If you don't, hey, it's up to you. This is what I'm listening to. This is where I get my information from.
And we want to understand the whole picture. Coming right up. Hey, I'm Dr. Ekberg. I'm a holistic doctor and a former Olympic decathlete. And if you want to truly master health by understanding how the body really works, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Iron is a trace mineral. We need very small amounts comparatively. And it's involved in metabolism. It's part of enzymes and protein that help us metabolize things. But the big thing that we're concerned with when it comes to iron is oxygen transport. That's what everyone talks about with iron, is iron deficiency and anemia. Because iron is involved with making red blood cells and hemoglobin. Hemoglobin has iron in it, and it only works if we have enough iron. Without that, we can't make red blood cells, we can't transport oxygen. Hemoglobin is a large protein, and it has 4 subunits. It's globular, it's large, that's where the name comes from, globin. And heme means that it has heme in it. So these green areas, they are the heme area. So there's 4 places, 4 subunits where iron can attach. Here we're seeing one of those subunits, and the arrow is pointing to where that iron would attach on the heme ring. Now, something most people don't realize is that if we just take one atom and changes it, if we take iron out and replace it with magnesium, then the whole hemoglobin turns into chlorophyll, which is plant-based. So animals make hemoglobin, plants make chlorophyll, and they only differ by 1 atom per subunit. So what that means is, if you have a condition where you're anemic, but it's not because of a lack of iron, then you could actually benefit by taking chlorophyll, because you would get the whole complex. You get all the components of the hemoglobin, and you just have to pop 1 iron atom in there to make it happen. Maybe the most common sign of iron deficiency is fatigue. And when we're really low in iron, we can't make the proper components of the blood, so we get anemia, or anemia, meaning literally lack of blood. The first thing we look at is hemoglobin, and we're supposed to have 14 to 15 grams of hemoglobin per deciliter when we run a blood test. And what does hemoglobin do? It grabs oxygen, the blood comes to the lungs, it picks up oxygen, and the hemoglobin holds it and carries it out to the tissues. When we don't have enough oxygen, when we're suffering in our oxygen carrying capacity and can't deliver it, now energy production falls. We can't make enough of the body's energy currency called ATP, and as a result, we have fatigue. This is something we really want to check for in our office, because if we try to get somebody healthy, whether it's for pain or metabolism or to heal something, the body has to have oxygen.
What's that?
It's a blingy bore NFT. Minting it now.
And energy to make that happen. So anemia is kind of a deal breaker. If it's supposed to be at 14 to 15 gram and it starts dropping down towards 10, now you have lost 1/3 of your oxygen carrying capacity and a lot of your ability to produce energy. All around the world, this is the #1 blood disorder. It's huge proportions. Globally, 25% of the world's population is anemic, 1.6 billion people. And in kids, it's even worse. So from children age 0 to 5, 47% of them are anemic. And in some areas, like sub-Saharan Africa, it's as high as 70%. The numbers are going to vary widely depending on the region, but just as an example, because we are in the US here where I am, US adult men have about 2% anemia, whereas Caucasian females have about 10%. And why is that? Because females have a menstrual period. They lose a little bit of blood every month. It's a combination of nutritional status and how much blood you're losing. African American females and Latina females are twice as high though, and it's probably maybe some genetic component, but probably more so with nutritional status. When we look globally, it is very, very clear that the cause of anemia is primarily an iron deficiency. Very little doubt. However, in the United States, and especially for men, the picture is not so clear. So we don't want to jump to conclusions whenever we see anemia and think iron deficiency. Iron deficiency sign number 2 is pallor or paleness. Why is that? Because oxygenated or arterial blood is red, whereas once it drops off that oxygen in the tissues, the blood turns blue. And that's why the venous blood, the returning blood, is blue. So most of the veins that you see, most of the blood vessels you can observe on yourself are veins, and that's why they're blue rather than red. Some of the places you're going to see this are in the face, your gums and lips. The lower eyelid, so if you just pull down a little bit on your eye, it's supposed to be a deep, bright red. If it's not, then you could be anemic. The nail beds. When you look at the area under the nail, that's supposed to be a pink. If it's more whitish, that's another sign of anemia and iron deficiency. And the sclera, the white of the eye, is supposed to be white. If it starts turning bluish, that means you have less oxygenation and a possible iron deficiency.
You
Let's
probably
talk about the
did.
causes. Why might we be missing iron? Well, there's two simple reasons. One is that we're not getting enough, and that could be from diet. One contributing factor is veganism, because the best quality iron, the heme iron, comes from animals. And countries that are primarily vegan have much, much higher rates of anemia and iron deficiency. But even if we're getting enough through the diet, we have to be able to absorb it. And if our absorption is lacking
Just
in
going
any way
crazy.
because of
Like,
maybe
God
not enough
damn, it's too
hydrochloric acid,
much.
maybe we have celiac disease, we have some inflammation, the gut lining isn't working properly, or we might have parasites. Any of those reasons, and many, many others, if they make our absorption suffer, we can't absorb it, then we're not getting enough. The other major cause, the principle of why we're not having enough iron, is because we're losing too much. And this is actually a much more common reason than that we're not eating enough, especially in the United States. A very common way of losing a lot of blood quickly is through an internal bleeding called an ulcer. And an ulcer would be in the stomach, but we could also have holes and perforations at other places in our GI tract. A big reason is heavy periods. Women in their reproductive years have a menstrual period. And some women lose as little as a tablespoon, and others lose as much as 80 milliliters or even a lot more. The average is somewhere around 2 to 3 tablespoons. And with that blood, you're also losing iron, and that is iron that has to be replenished through the diet, and you have to manufacture those extra red blood cells every month. Medications can also make you lose blood, and something as simple and common as aspirin, for each aspirin, you're losing about 5 milliliters of blood, give or take. And there are other medications as well, like antibiotics and ACE inhibitors, that can change the permeability of your gut lining. And then we want to think about, what if we are taking some medication, but we already have an ulcer? Now we're really, really multiplying those effects and losing blood at a much faster rate. Sign number 3 of iron deficiency is shortness of breath. If you get winded very easily just because you're walking or you're walking up the stairs, and this didn't used to happen last year, then you might be iron deficient. Why do you get easily winded? Because you have lost some oxygen carrying capacity, you can't make as much energy, and now your body is making you breathe faster to compensate, to try to take in more air to make energy. So is anemia always an iron problem? No. It's the most common worldwide, but there are many other things like sickle cell anemia, when the blood cells are misshapen genetically, and then they get destroyed and recycled at a much higher rate. Then we can have anemia from that. You can have pernicious anemia, sideroblastic anemia, and there's hundreds of different types of anemia. A lot of them are genetic. And there's also anemia of chronic disease. This happens as people get older, or they develop a chronic disease at a younger age. When the body stops working optimally, now we also get higher rates of anemia. And you would think that, especially in women, that when they get older, they don't have their periods anymore, they would kind of catch up. Well, oftentimes they develop something else, like a chronic disease instead, and something else isn't working as well. And in all or most of these cases, the iron is not the problem.
God doesn't care if you're mad and angry. He wants you to talk to him either way. So
it's that the cells are breaking down, or we can't manufacture them fast enough, but the iron's not the issue. Sign number 4 is heart palpitations. That's when your heart starts beating harder or faster. You can feel it thumping in your chest. That's again because when we don't have the oxygen carrying capacity, we can't make energy and ATP, and now the heart is going to increase, it's going to beat faster and harder to try to compensate. When the blood is less quality, when it's less concentrated resources, then we're going to make up for it by sending more. Sign number 5, cold hands and feet. And it's the same reason with the oxygen and the energy, but now it's because the body is prioritizing the vital organs. Your liver and your heart and your kidneys and your spleen and your digestion come first. You'll die real quick if they don't work. You can live with cold hands for a while. So your body is going to create some vasoconstriction, and that pulls the blood toward the core, and we prioritize those essential organs. Sign number 6, dry, damaged, brittle hair. And that is the same mechanism. We don't have as much resources in the body, and now we're going to prioritize the vital organs. So this is very, very similar to the cold hands and feet. Sign number 7 is headaches, dizziness, and lightheadedness. And at first, this one looks like the previous 2 with lack of oxygen, energy, and ATP, but this one is quite different because the brain makes everything else work, so it gets the highest priority. It is 2% of the body weight, but it's 20% of the energy consumption, so it's an energy hog. It is using a lot of energy, but it's supremely important, so no matter what else happens, we're going to try to make sure the brain gets its resources. And now what we do then is we create vasodilation to the brain. We vasoconstrict to the periphery, but we vasodilate to the brain. And now what happens is, as those blood vessels dilate, that's where the headache comes in. It's like a migraine. That migraines often have a throbbing quality where you can feel each heartbeat as a pain, and this would be very much the same way when we have a vasodilation headache, and that's because the body is just trying to get more nutrients there. Then what about the dizziness and lightheadedness? Well, because the brain is such an energy hog, it needs all that energy. It may not get enough energy even though we're vasodilating, and the brain, using all of that energy, all those metabolic processes processing signals, then if we don't get enough energy, now the brain can't keep up with balance and processing impressions. Sign number 8 is nail changes, something called koilonychia, which is spoon nails and very thin, brittle nails. So if you see this nail, it's kind of spoon-shaped, very thin, and it's flaring out. And that's a sign of long-term oxygen deprivation. This nail has not been getting oxygen or nutrients for quite some time. Again, both because resources are limited, but also because resources are prioritized to the vital organs, so we get vasoconstriction. Sign number 9 is kind of crazy. It happens sometimes with anemia, with iron deficiency, but also sometimes in pregnancy. And it's called pica. And this is where we get cravings for things that have no nutrients, where we want to chew on something that can't give us anything, such as ice or clay or dirt. And another common one is paint chips. So if you notice that you start having cravings for these things, or if you notice your child is starting to chew on these, then that would be a good reason to start checking your iron levels. Sign number 10 is anxiety. And why does that happen? Because as we can't make enough energy, as our energy levels and ATP levels go down, now the frontal lobe starts to suffer. The brain, like we talked about, it's an energy hog. It uses a tremendous amount of energy. And it's sort of like a dimmer switch that if you have a light turned on and the dimmer is all the way up to 100, and then you turn it down to 60 or 70%, then the light will come down gradually. And that's kind of what happens with that frontal lobe as well. And the frontal lobe is critical for anxiety because it inhibits things like anxiety. It inhibits unwanted things. And if the overall activity of the brain goes down, then we lose some of that inhibition of the anxiety, and now that anxiety is more uncontrolled. Take iron if you need it, but absolutely don't take it if you don't need it. So before you take it, you want to measure and make sure, you want to measure a minimum of red blood cells, hemoglobin, the size, the hematocrit, serum iron, iron saturation, total iron binding capacity, and ferritin. If you are anemic and you need iron, then taking some of a good quality source could tremendously increase your health and your quality of life. But on the reverse of that, if you don't actually need iron and you take it, then it could set you up for a heap of trouble. If you enjoyed this video, you can continue learning about health and how the body really works by checking out that one.
All right, so that's why I started my iron again, and then I watched another video, and it was like, hey, you need to add some vitamin C so you can absorb it. And then I thought about it. It's vitamin C already mixed in my iron, so I'm okay. I still feel like I'm not gonna make any progress tomorrow because all this supplementation I had to do today. I don't know how the chlorophyll is gonna fit in with the oil, but we'll see. We'll see if it can find a way. The iron is, I think it's helping me with my heart for real. The iron, the minerals, the potassium, water. Not really the water, but the water, yes. All that mixed together is like a whole meal, but I'm glad at the same time that it's not going really bad. It could be worse. I could have refeeding syndrome right now, and I could be going all the way back up and dealing with this all over again. It would just be too much. It's like, why is it so hard to not eat? Because a lot of things have to come out through your pores. It don't feel good. It don't smell good. How about your mind? It don't feel good. You don't want to remember all that stuff. And then your feelings just start coming out all over the place. You just start throwing up emotions, and I just feel really out of control. I don't like being out of control of myself. I can't stand it. I need to be in control of myself. So I stop drinking. So I'm like, yeah, no, no, I'm not trying to be out of control. I need to be in control all the time. So this fasting is like, yeah, I'm not in control. I let go of control. I sure did. I'm giving it up to my body. And it's like I'm getting toward the end of the fast, and I think the closer I get to 40 days, the more dangerous it gets. That's what's scaring me too. Like it gets more dangerous when the closer, the longer you go. Not eating, doing the water fast. I don't see it. I don't see me even being able to for 40 days. No, I bet those people in those videos that did 40-day fast, water fast, did some supplementation or something to make it through. They just didn't show that. And they just said it was a water fast. And somebody else did a juice fast with supplementation. That's what I'm thinking. Or maybe it was their first time and they didn't have to have supplements because I never had that supplement till now. Really though. Now that I think about it, I was fine. But was I doing water or was I doing juice sometime? I don't think I ever did a straight water fast, but without problems. Maybe I don't know. I know I don't be drinking milk and all that, but today's been stressful. Everything he was saying is real. I think it's just because I'm having an iron problem, it's making it harder for me to get through the fast. Without all those supplements, it's really hard for me to get through the fast because all that stuff going on because I'm fasting, and then all this other stuff going on if I don't fast. That's what's tripping me out. It's like I'm gonna have a problem if I don't fast. I'm gonna have a problem if I do fast, and I don't fast right. So I just gotta keep going. I just gotta keep going. I'm a little nervous, but if I have to drink some broth, I got a lot of broth. Oh yeah, look, I'm gonna look up what's vegetable. I mean, what is mushroom soup good for too? After I get off of here, I'm gonna see what that's about. What's mushrooms good for? Because I got mushroom broth or soup or something like that. So if push comes to shove, for real, I have to stop the fast. All of these emergency vitamin supplements I have between the B, the iron to help my heart chill the fuck out. The B vitamins to chill me out and keep me from having problems. The iron to chill me out to keep me from having problems. The magnesium and all those minerals and the salt and the potassium and all that. If that doesn't work, if that doesn't save my life, as if I was going to the hospital, have to go to the hospital. All they gonna do is give me liquids. They're not gonna be like, here, eat some food, have a burger. No, no, no. They're not gonna be like, here, have an apple either. They're gonna be like, stab, have some fluids. You don't know what's in that bag. They don't want to give you the recipe for some reason. You can't just leave like, hey, what's in that bag? What did you stick in my body? I need to take that home, or maybe I can home make it, and I don't have to come here no more. I don't think they want you to not come there, but they do want you to come there. It's like they torn. They don't want to see you, but they want to see you. They want to see you if they can make money off you. But they want to get greedy and want to make more money off you and not tell you what's in that bag, so you can't do that shit at home. But YouTube is like, hey, you can do whatever you want to do. You can be whoever you want to be, yo. They got the plug to everything. YouTube got the plug to everything and everybody. So I'm using it as much as I can to save myself from having to go to the hospital because that's totally unnecessary. If I could do the shit at home and they're not gonna tell me all this stuff, they're not gonna give me all this time and all this energy and all this and then that last video I had to keep rewinding it and rewinding and rewinding it just to keep going over and looking up where it's like, what did he say? What is that? What that sound like me? That sound like me. This is crazy. And all these things is keeping me from wanting to push through. And I'm like, I gotta figure out what it is that's slowing me down. What it is that's keeping me from wanting to push through. Something is keeping me from wanting to push through, and it is not my will. It's totally against my will. I got to figure out what it is. Got to get to the bottom of it. So that's why I started looking all this up. And then they keep bringing me back to Dr. Berg, and then this doctor here, Dr. Ekberg, and all these other different things, but same at the same time. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna have to just see what they say and see if that shit works. Just try it. That's all I can do is try it. If I really want to get through this, I'll try it. They're not telling me to go buy some painkillers. They're not doing that. They're telling me actually to stay away from the painkillers. They're not telling me to go buy street drugs. They're not telling me to be on heroin. They're not telling me anything crazy. So honestly, I should be okay. So I'm just watching more of those, and this is a lot of information, and it's draining me just listening, and I'm trying to get it all in before I get to the end of the fast. The closer I get to it, the more dangerous it gets. The closer I get to the end, the more dangerous it gets, and I gotta hurry up and get all this in before I leave something out, because clearly I've left things out. I left the B vitamins out, I'd left the iron out, but I have them both, so I was on the right track. I have them both already here. I really need to get some new iron. Didn't have any chlorophyll, do nothing about that. Now I do. Oh, yeah, I had a lot of those symptoms from Dr. Bird's list too, about the restless leg syndrome. And I'm like, yeah, that's not helping me sleep. That's not helping me in no way. That's draining me too. I'm just like, I can't be tired no more. I'm tired of being tired. I got to get through a lot of shit in the day, and I got all this kind of free time because I'm not eating. I should be getting way farther ahead in life. You know, that's how I was feeling like I should be getting way farther. With all the energy that I have, I'm supposed to have, I'm like, no, something's not right. And go gadget Tasha's gonna get to the bottom of it. I even downloaded a heart rate monitor on my phone just to help me keep up with my heart rate. Because when I was gone today doing that workout, I was doing too much. My heart was going crazy, and I almost had to drink all my pickle juice. And I had my water in there, and I had my no, I had bought some water. I had my mineral water mixed with some Gatorade in there, and that totally helped. And I had my B vitamins. Let's see if this worked. It's the app. Because I couldn't count my blood. I couldn't count my heartbeat when I was outside. I was like, oh no, I didn't plan for this, but I knew I was going to pass out if I didn't figure out something. I'm glad I brought that emergency pack. So that saved me, man. This shit is saving me. Oh, this shit saved me. How to measure. Cover the camera lens with one of your fingertips. Hold it until the measurement ends. Alright, let's see if it can do my heartbeat because this shit was scary today. I'm like, I can't even go free up without having heart problems? I'm gonna die? No, not today. Not today. Alright, start. Tap to measure, it says. Heart rate stuff. This app is free. Start my first measure. How to measure. But I gotta put my finger on the camera, right? That's the wrong side. This camera. Okay. Whatever. Oh, I don't like the way this thing buzzing in my hand. Oh no. I don't like this. This is not comfortable. This is creepy. I feel like it's really reading. It's vibrating. Oh no. 92 beats per minute. Resting is 25 or something. I don't know how to read this. I'm gonna have to figure out what they say. How to read this, but I'm gonna keep this because I don't know what it was earlier, but I know it was through the roof. Ooh, my heart felt like it was gonna jump out and take off. Okay, it says slow is less than 60 beats per minute. Normal is 60 to 100. I don't know how real this is, but I'm gonna find out. And fast is over 100. Oh yeah, I bet my shit was doing 200 today. I was like, it was hot as a bitch. I had on the wrong shoes for walking. My pants was too long. I almost tripped and fell on my pants. I'm like, this is too much. And then my bag. Oh my god, I had got this weed, right? I got all this weed, and they gave me instead of getting pre rolls, right? I was like, all right, let me get the flowers. They're cheaper. I forgot they came in little jars. Oh my god, I got 8 of these jars full of weed. I'm like, Oh my God. This is too much. What was I fucking thinking? I'm trying to work out with that much weight on my back, with this on my back, with this on my back, with this, and for real, this, both of these, yeah, the red one and the orange one, all of this on my back. That was my workout. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fucking die out here. I'm like, my heart was fit to jump out of my fucking chest. I could feel it. I was just like, no, I don't want to die right here. And I had to take the weed. I was smoking a lot of weed just to chill me the fuck out. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is fucking crazy. I can't do this next week. I needed to take the stuff with me so that I could get back. And then I had to put a lot of the drink in me. I put a lot of this in me. I put a lot of those other juices in me. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to piss. I'm like, God damn. This is the hardest trip ever. Never took me that much energy to Ria ever. And I made it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So I'm gonna keep this on deck. And I ain't doing no more working out today. I had these on. I was just hot, man. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I didn't think I was gonna have to do this much working out. It's like I just walked across 2 streets, right? 3 streets? Maybe, yo. I don't know. I was overestimating it or something. Underestimating the walk, something. I don't know. But all of that calories I drank and all the calories I burned, we're gonna see tomorrow if it balances out or not. If I lose weight, I lose weight. If I don't, I don't. If I go up, whatever, man. I'm just trying to get a sale. I was just trying to catch a sale, not trying to die in the process. Like, damn, what am I gonna do next week? I'm gonna have to leave at nighttime and make sure I have the right shoes on. And you know what? I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm not gonna do that until after the fast. Fuck that. That was dangerous as a bitch. That was too dangerous. My head kind of hurt now too. I forgot what they said to do for headaches. It's a lot to remember too, man. Damn. But in a lot of math, it's a lot of rules to remember. So I could just be feeling okay. Like, dang, all of this for not eating? Come on. What a life. When I go back to eating, I swear I'm gonna be the strictest person in the world. Y'all will see. Y'all here, y'all will see. I'm gonna be strict, strict, strict. No games. No games. No games. Because this is not the business. The next time I fast, it's gonna be cool. This next time I do this next one for 10 days or whatever it's gonna take me to make up for the weight that I'm gonna gain back after going back to semi solids. I'm not gonna lose too much though, because I still got plans to get it off a different way. So anyway, man, I'm glad this shit almost done though, for real. As much as I'm going through right now, I just want to get to the end so I can look back and be like, thank God I don't have to do it no more. I don't have to worry about no diet no more. Fuck a keto, fuck a Mediterranean, fuck a Dr. Atkins, fuck a everybody diet. I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm done. Fucking done. I'm fucking done. Fucking Cheeto. Done. Just done. I'm just done. 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 This is too much. I'm done. And I'm not saying like girls say they done with their ex boyfriend and they go back. Or they done with their baby daddy and they go back. No, I am done. I don't even play like that. I'm done. I'm done. So what time is it? What time is it? 11:23. What time to man, hope I get my energy back, man. The clock stopped. Let me fix the clock before I go. It stopped on my screen too. Gotta refresh it. Okay. 2 weeks, 5 days, 0 hours, 35 minutes and counting. So that means 35 minutes. That's how long I got to tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. I've been watching a lot of cartoons too. That's been chilling. That's been keeping me chill. That's been totally keeping me distracted though. Now that I think about it, I think that might be what I'm gonna do after this because I've been doing a lot of watching educational stuff in my head. It's like I'm done. Let's move on. Let's watch something mushy and petty or just mushy and funny. I think I'm gonna watch some Adult Swim or something and just chill out, man. I gotta chill out, man. I gotta chill out. I gotta put my feet up. Gotta turn some of these lights off. These lights is bright. They remind me of the sun. The sun is a murderer. Was out to kill today. It's out to kill. I was telling my friend, like, man, y'all come out here. People come out here. You better know the rules. Know the rules. You better have some good foot gear. You better have an umbrella. You better have some water, some smart water, some good smart water. And then I went to the store. Yeah, when I went to the gas station, there was so many choices for water. I was like, come on, like, why I just can't grab a water? Why I gotta get smart water? Why I gotta have smart water plus orange smart water something, a clear smart water something, a regular smart water something? I'm like, but it's just all water, right? I'm just trying not to die. Why they gotta give me too many choices? And then the Gatorade got all these different flavors. No sugar, with sugar. This one is light. This one is fruitier. I'm like, come on, y'all. Can I just? I'm gonna just grab a Gatorade. I'm gonna grab a regular Life Water because Life Water don't be doing all that twisted ass shit. Just be changing up the logo, making cute little pictures on it. Just give me some fucking water, damn. I was mad. I'm like, come on, why can't you just get some water? This shit don't make no sense. Yeah, but I'm gonna watch some comedy. I'm gonna watch some comedy because all this. I think I'm gonna be okay for tonight. I think I'll be okay for tonight. I was watching drama. I'm just over all of this. My head hurt. Watch some Adult Swim. Robot Chicken. That shit's stupid. Yep. I'm watching some Robot Chicken, and then I'm out. Oh, this is gonna be funny. I love Thanos. This is a compilation though. 20 minutes. Hmm. What the hell? That's gonna be funny. I love the ratatouille. That shit made me never want to eat in a restaurant again. I can't stand. Ugh. I was like, ew, ew, the rat. No, gross, no, gross. The food looked good, but that rat, though, I couldn't do it. Thanks for life, guys. Oh yeah, this shit gonna be funny. I'm finna be rolling. If I could play this, I would, but I don't know. They doing Barney. Y'all know Barney was black. That shit was tripped out when I found out. Matter of fact, let's look at that right now. All I gotta do is put in Barney as a black man. What if I put in Barney as a white man? Would it come up Barney as a white man? Look, that's Barney. I'm like, what? Stop it. Crazy. Ooh, I'm gonna come back to that. I just want to know. Because I think he came from this place called Niger. I swear to God, that's what I think.
Now, for those of you who don't know, we have a legend in the house tonight. Now, David played a very famous character from television. You're probably not going to guess this one. Because I don't think of this when I think of Tantra. But maybe you can. He played Barney the dinosaur for 10 years.
So who played him for the rest of the years? I just like Unvaxxed lives matter. All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go back to the funny. Dang, my chest kind of hurting now. Oof. I don't know what to do. I'm almost there. I'm 33 minutes away from tomorrow, which is 22 out, 22 days. I don't know what to do. I'm drinking this pickle juices. I'm trying to chill out. Maybe I should take some extra vitamin B's, but I want to get past 12 o'clock before I take any more supplements, at least. That would be nice. Can I make it through the night without having a heart attack? Oh, and chest pains was one of the symptoms. I'm like, come on, man. I don't want to kill myself. I think that's serious. But is it? One of the doctors was like, just take it to the edge. Take it to the edge. And I'm like, yeah, take it to the edge and bring it back, she said. Man, UK Adult Swim. I don't know how funny that's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to get their jokes. I don't know. This shit was funny. That shit was funny. I love robot chicken. This shit was funny. I didn't see this one, but I saw another one similar to it. All right, well, anyway, I'm gonna go have some fun. Well, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna watch this and I'm out. Thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for likes. Thanks for the support. Wish me luck tonight while I go to sleep. I might drink some Gatorade before I go to sleep just to be on the safe side. Gatorade and Mountain Dew. I mean, not Mountain Dew. Gatorade and minerals. This is Flamin' Hot Cheeto Mountain Dew. I only bought this because my niece said she's seen it and she wanted to try it. It says it's had blast of heat and citrus in it. I'm not gonna drink this shit. Not on no fast. I'll save it. But what's really in it? Okay, let's see. Water, high fructose corn syrup, natural flavor, citric acid, gum, arabic, sodium, benzoate, caffeine. Oh hell no, I ain't touching this ever. They dosed me with that. I can't do caffeine. I'm too small. I ain't trying to be done, hyped up, and having a lot of heart problems. That's I'll be done. But yeah, check you tomorrow. Check you tomorrow.